Governor's press briefing for the monetary policy statement of February 2019. And as usual, the Governor will give his statement, and he'll take a few questions. He will leave us, and then Governor, Deputy Governor will leave us, and senior management will stay behind to engage more with you. And as usual, the questions should be restricted to the money. So, and then after that, we'll have Mr. Victor Walusimbi, who will give us the Luganda version at the end. So you're all welcome, and Governor, you're welcome to give us your statement.
Thank you. This is the monetary policy statement for February 2019. The Bank of Uganda has, in February 2019, Monetary Policy Committee meeting, decided to maintain the central bank rate, CBR, at 10%. Inflation outlook over the 12-month horizon has improved compared to December 2018. Compared to December 2018 forecast round, risks the inflation outlook remain elevated. The economy is projected to grow by about 6.3% in fiscal 2018-2019 and remain on a steady growth trajectory over the coming years, with output trending above potential. Indeed, high-frequency real economy indicators project that domestic economic growth momentum continued into the first half of 2018-19. The strong growth supported by our accommodative monetary policy stance, as well as the results and favorable financial conditions, fiscal impetus, and multiplier effects of public infrastructure investments, ensuring strong domestic demand conditions and improved agriculture performance. There are nonetheless risks to the projected economic growth momentum, including weather-related constraints to agricultural production and challenges relating to the financing of public investment programs. In addition, the escalating global trade frictions and lower than anticipated global growth may not only subdue external demand, thereby weakening Uganda's external position, but could also lead to volatility in the domestic foreign exchange market. Furthermore, although private sector growth has been on a recovery path since January 2018, it remains below its historical trend, and its contribution to economic growth could be weighed down by the relatively weak performance of foreign currency dominated loans. The January 2019 Consumer Price Index data released by the Uganda Bureau of Statistics, UBOS, indicates that inflation remains relatively subdued. Nonetheless, annual headline inflation rose from 2.2% in December 2018 to 2.7% in January 2019. Annual core inflation also rose from 2.8% to 3.4% during the same period. The low inflation environment continues to be supported by low food inflation, which has averaged minus 2.2% since the beginning of fiscal year 2018-19. The decline in international oil prices and the stable exchange rate have also been key drivers of the low inflation environment. The medium-term 2 to 3 year inflation outlook remains relatively unchanged from the December 2018 round of forecasts, with inflation projected to converge to the Bank of Uganda target of 5%. However, the inflation outlook for the intermediate period has improved, largely driven by relatively stronger shilling and good crop harvest. Headline and core inflation are forecast to peak at 5.5% and 5.3% in the first quarter of 2020, which are lower than the previous estimates by 0.6 and 1.1 percentage points, respectively. There are nonetheless upside risks to the outlook, including the future direction of food crop prices, the path of the exchange rate, which in part is contingent on external economic environment, and the ensuing demand pressures on account of the positive output gap. Overall, the MPC assesses that the risks to the projected inflation path are roughly balanced. The MPC decided to maintain the CBR at 10%. The ban on the CBR will remain at plus or minus 3 percentage points, and the marginal rediscount rate at 4 percentage points on the CBR. Consequently, the rediscount rate and the bank rate have been set at 14% and 15% respectively. This is the February 2019 monetary policy statement. I thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Governor. Governor will take 1 or 2 questions, and as usual, you state your name and the media house you're coming from, and the question should be related to the statement. Yes.
I'm Shabat from the Sapra newspaper. Mr. Governor, you talk about exchange rate volatility. At this time, in the market, but the question is, what's the price reserves? Would have been under duress?
I think our foreign exchange reserves are roughly 4.5 months of imports. Import cover, equivalent in dollars to cover 4.5 months of imports. But in dollar terms, it's how much is it? 4 billion? 3.4 billion shillings, dollars. $3.4 billion, equivalent to 4.5 months of imports. No other
Is there
questions?
no other questions? So, Governor and DG will leave us and,
The deputy governor.
The
One for
deputy
deputy
governor, the governor who has read the statement.
Private sector credit growth and particularly in agriculture. I looked at the monetary policy report, the last one, and you know that there is a particular curve that is tilted towards agriculture, which shows that perhaps banks are waking up to lend to agriculture more. But then, what I would like to ask is that the structure of the sector has not changed. It is still rain-fed. They are still using hose, and we wonder what motivation do the bankers have to go into the sector now at this particular time. Thank you.
DG, you can answer him.
Okay. When we look at private sector credit at the aggregate, it has gone up. There's definitely a recovery. And when we go into the sectoral growth, again, you are right that agriculture has actually been performing very well in terms of access to credit. In addition to some other sectors of the economy, manufacturing has also picked up, and we see a similar trend in trade. Your question are the incentives. One that we should point out is that we now have an agricultural credit facility where there is a risk sharing between the banks and government, and that has been supportive of lending to the agricultural sector, and it has been remained quite strong. The second point is that we are also seeing more commercialization of agriculture, which is helping in access to credit or in the assessment of credit. Those two have changed the environment within the agricultural sector, and that's why we see banks, the appetite of banks increasing to lend to the agricultural sector.
Thank you.
Thank you, Governor.
so, thank you, Governor. Thank you.
The questions for the ED, the research and the ED for supervision. To Dr. Mugumi, what exactly is the position of the economy at this time? We seem to get mixed signals, and according to Ministry of Finance, it's moving like this. But so when we talk to the common man on the street that I live with, you actually don't feel the impact of this one, not according to all. Which things are getting worse for them. So where is exactly this economy going, and how is government shaping this economy in a way that it benefits taxpayers and policymakers in the Ministry of Finance? And two, on the exchange rate, I mean, we seem to have seen some certain exchange rate the exchange rate over the past 2 weeks, which is a good thing, but how sustainable is it? And what is BAU's response to actually shaping the valuation of exchange rate within the forex market? And then to the ED supervision, I mean, we've struggled with the credit growth that has been growing below target for the last three financial years. So the question is, what more needs to be done at the policy level to help credit growth grow to a level that meets official targets and also fulfills its potential as a tool for growing the economy?
All right. On the state of the economy, you've said right that it is on a rocket trajectory. And in all instances, if you look at part of the story we're talking about, for example, first talked about tax, URA, tax collections on domestic side of surplus of around 142 in the first half. We are talking about private sector credit. Remember that some time back, I think at the beginning of 2018, private sector credit was growing in the range of 5.8%. Now we're talking about 10. You could say it is still below the 20%, whatever, but related that to nominal GDP growth. Nominal GDP growth is in the range of 9% for 2018. So if you combine it with, correlate it with private sector credit growing in the range of 11, you see that actually they correlate very well. Monetary aggregates are growing in the same range of around 10% or so. Then you talk about imports, excluding government private sector imports. You see, again, for example, consumer goods imports in 2018 were growing in the range of 24%, capital goods in the range of 23%. So you see that all in indicators you can talk about. Then you go to our high frequency indicators, including the Stanbic PMI. You see all of them are pointing to a robust economic growth in at least in 2018. So the question is, trying to relate it to what you feel in your pockets is a bit, again, you are going to micro. You are relating a macro issue into the micro aspects. Then obviously it goes into those, the income inequality issues, the per capita GDP growth. Even if you're growing in the range of 6, the per capita growth, so because after knocking off the population growth. So overall, I think at the macro level, I think the economy is really at a good state in terms of economic growth. And the outlook also has really improved. Remember that in 2016-18, we're talking about growth of 2.9% growth or so. So from growing from 2.9% to 5 and then to 6, you see that actually it's a positive trajectory. Exchange rate has been stable in the recent past, but also related to what is going on, because for example in 2018 we saw that foreign direct investment amounted to around 1 billion. In 2018, that is 2018. In 2017, FDI was about 700. You see, already 2018, you see a big increase in foreign direct investment. You go to workers' remittances, you see the same story. Talking about workers' remittances of around 1.2 billion in 2018 compared to around 1.1 in the previous year. Then you talk about services also, exports that have also been strong. So overall, those have contributed to the stability of the exchange rate we have seen. Now, so exchange rate, leave around the fact that actually the dollar, in part of 2018, we saw the dollar strengthening against the other international currencies, which fed through to our domestic currency. Over the recent past, we saw the dollar a bit losing, being stable at 2, or at least, losing against the other international currency, which automatically also feeds into the local shilling. So overall, the story about the exchange rate is a bit complex in the sense that you have both internal or domestic factors and also external factors. The internal domestic factors can outweigh the external sectors depending on the time horizon you are looking at. But I think, to be fair, I think we have seen stability in the exchange rate. We have bought some dollars from the market for reserve build-up. That's why the government was talking about strong reserve cover. So overall, I think the exchange rate has really, been on the positive side also.
So how many dollars have you bought from the market over the past 8 months?
That is our internal thing. I think you are going very far into our pockets. So why don't you leave that one out? You want 3 months? Yeah. And I can tell you that for the half part of the financial year, I have bought more than 500. around 544 to be particular, since the beginning of the financial year, on a net basis.
Yes. With regards to your issue on private sector growth,
Credit growth.
private sector credit growth, right? Or credit growth?
Yeah.
Okay. Just before I address that question in particular, I just want to remind you that when you look at the cost of credit to the private sector, it's largely driven by government actions within the domestic borrowing market, the domestic credit market. And when you have the government as the largest source of aggregate demand, single unit after as a source of aggregate demand, government borrowing or government borrowing action has an influence on the cost of credit to the private sector. Very simple, demand and supply. When the cost of credit goes up, you don't expect to see more borrowing. That's one. But at the policy level, which then means at the policy level, largely what the government should be doing, perhaps together with Bank of Uganda, and I believe the discussions along these lines, is to kind of place not a ceiling, but more like control the growth of government appetite for domestic borrowing. That's one. Two, even the way we as Bank of Uganda regulate the process of credit provision does have an impact as to whether or not credit shall be readily available to the private sector. So even that requires some level of review. So in response to your question at the policy level, there would have to be a review of existing credit management policies of Uganda as the supervisor of the sector. But also more importantly, is the government would also have to perhaps reconsider and review or tame their appetite for borrowing in the domestic market.
Revise the output. What factors prompted the Bank of Uganda to revise growth projection for 2018-19 by 20 basis points from 6.5 the previous MPC?
There are quite a number of factors. One of them being already noted that we now project even much higher foreign direct investment than what we had, but also the fact that when we were last here in December, we were seeing. We had less information in terms of what was going on in particular sectors. For example, I already talked about things to do with the imports, capital goods, raw materials, consumer goods. By that time, we were talking about a lag of 2 months or so. So as we update the information from the customs, etc., you see a different outlook completely. And that's why we're also talking about surpluses on tax side. But also talking about looking at our composite index of activities, as what the orders from consumers were, what they are producing, the employment trends. So all those factors basically feed into the projection. Even on the fact that actually, yes, with relatively stable exchange rate, with low inflation, etc., and then also consumer demand comes on board, expenditure, which all contribute in terms of all division of GDP growth. All right. They have, I think, if I recall correctly, in terms of our exports to the region, we continue seeing DRC is the second after Kenya. In 2018, we saw an export of Kenya. 2018 as a calendar year, we saw export to Kenya around $719 million of exports. In DRC, we saw around 400 and in the range of 450, and then South Sudan around 405. So the three main countries in the rank were those countries. In terms of growth rates, DRC we saw a slight slackening, growth in the range of 3% or so, but incidentally South Sudan, we saw a pickup in terms of our exports, above 10% compared to 2017. So it is a mixture of information simply because oil prices also in 2018 were much favorable, and therefore for an exporting country like South Sudan, with also relatively more calmer or in terms of politics, then that's why we probably saw a bit of pickup in terms of our exports. So again, for Kenya, we exported a lot of maize and beans and other commodities, etc. So it is really a mixture in terms of developments. Some you see a weak growth, others you see, I think where we saw a decline in terms of regional exports is Burundi. We saw a marginal decline in our exports to Burundi, but within the region, our exports to the region really grew. Basically, that's what I can say on that. Okay?
Twetegese? Okay. Kakati kakati nze Walusembi Victor nga ngenda kukyusa statement eno oba okutaputa statement governor gy'asomye olwaleero ekwatagana ku byensimbi ebiri mu ggwanga. Statement gy'asomye yeeno agambye nti banka enkulu eya Uganda ng'eyita mu kakiiko kaayo akakwasaganya ebyensimbi akatudde mu mwezi guno mu Kutulansanja oba February 2019, banka esazeewo okukuumira akabonero akalaga banka ez'ebyobusuubuzi engeri gye zisengekamu emiwendo kwe twewolera ensimbi okuva mu banka ezo, nga akakiiko kakuumidde akabonero ako ku bitundu 10 ku buli 100, nga akabonero ako ke tuyita CBR. Enkulaakulana y'ebyensimbi mu ggwanga esuubirwa okutambulira ku bitundu 6.3 ku buli 100 mu mwaka gw'ebyensimbi guno 2018-2019, era enkulaakulana esuubirwa okutambulira awo mu myaka 2 oba 3 ejijja. Enkulaakulana eno eva ku nsonga zino wammanga. Esooka nti banka enkulu eya Uganda ekuumidde akabonero ako kensomye wansi okutwaliza awamu. Ekyokubiri nti gavumenti ensaasanya ya gavumenti ku projekiti zaayo ez'enjawulo nakyo kiyambye okusindika ssente mu bantu n'abantu abamu okufuna emirimu. N'ekyokubiri ekyokusatu nti abantu ababulijjo bongedde, kirayibwa nti bongedde okusaasaanya ensimbi mu bintu ebyokusuubula, okwenyigira mu byobusuubuzi. Ensonga ey'okuna nti ebyobulimi n'obulunzi beeyongedde ettutumu mu ggwanga. Ebiyinza oba ensonga eziyinza okuziyiza enkulaakulana y'ebyensimbi bino, ng'ensonga zino ze zirina okwekengerwa ze zino. Esooka nti embeera y'obudde eyinza okukosa ebyobulimi n'obulunzi. Ti gavumenti nayo singa erwawo okusiga ssente zaayo mu projekiti ezo zeekola n'etazisiga mu budde, nabwo kiyinza okukosa enkulaakulana y'ebyensimbi. Ensonga eyokusatu nti ebyobusuubuzi mu nsi endala nga zikyankalanye okusinziira ku byobufuzi ebiri mu nsi ezo, nakyo kiyinza okutaataganya enkulaakulana y'ebyensimbi mu ggwanga. Bino nabyo wobigatta ku muwendo kwe tukyusiza dola oba giyite exchange rate
nabyo nayo nsonga ndala eyinza okuleeta okutaataganya enkulaakulana y'ebyensimbi. Waliwo n'ensonga endala eyogebbwa nga kuno kwe kwewola kw'abantu aba bulijjo mu banka ez'ebyobusuubuzi. Wadde kiraga nti okwewola kuno kulinnye, naye kulinyidde ku sipiidi ntonoko kweyo esuubirwa naddala kw'abo abeewola mu ddoola ne ssente endala ezitali za Uganda. Ekitongole ekikwasaganya embalirira mu ggwanga kye bayita Uganda Bureau of Statistics kyalaga nti emiwendo gy'ebintu ebyenjawulo gyalinnya ku sipiidi ya bitundu 3.4 ku 100 mu January ow'omwaka guno okuva ku bitundu 2 mu December ow'omwaka oguwedde. Kino kiva ku nsonga zino wansi. Ekisooka nti emiwendo egy'emmere tegyalinnya okuviira ddala mu June ow'omwaka oguwedde. Omuwendo gw'amafuta mu nsi yonna nagwo mu bbanga eriyise ettonokaawo tegulinnye, wamu n'omuwendo ogwo exchange rate oba omuwendo kwe tukyusiza ddoola nagwo tegusowaganye. Mu myaka 2 oba 3 egijja emiwendo gy'ebintu ebyenjawulo tekusuubirwa kukyuka ku ekyo kye twalanga mu December wa 2018 era nga kujja kutambulira ku target eya banka enkulu eya Uganda nga target eyo bye bitundu 5 ku buli 100. Ebisaana okwekengera ku ngeri emiwendo gy'ebintu ebyenjawulo kwe girinnya bye bino. Tisinga emiwendo egy'emmere girinnya kikosa emiwendo egy'ebintu ebirala byonna, n'omuwendo kwe tukyusiza ddoola oba ensereba y'essente za Uganda singa wabaawo okusereka okwo nakwo kikosa emiwendo kwe tugulira ebintu mu maduuka speed eyo kwe girinnyira, ne abantu we beeyongera nnyo okwenyigira mu by'obusuubuzi kiteeka pressure gye bayita demand pressure ku ssente eza Uganda ku nsimbi zaffe, era nakyo kiyinza okukosa speed emiwendo egyo kwe tugulira ebintu kwe girinnyira. Okutwaliza awamu akakiiko kalabye nga ebyokwekengera w'obigeraageranya ne speed y'emiwendo kwe girinnyira bikwatagana oba bibalansinga wenkozesa ekigambo ekyo, era nga kasazeewo nga bwe nayogedde okukuumira akabonero kali aka CBR ku bitundu 10 ku buli 100. Governor bw'atyo bw'asomye statement ye. Ebibuuzo, waliwo ebibuuzo ebyetaagibwa okutaputa yenyawo. Okay. Era abakungu bakyogeddeko kye bayita state ya economy mu ggwanga oba ebyensimbi okutwalira awamu mu ggwanga bikwatagana bitya, kubanga oli abuuzizza nti minisita yagamba nti birinnyira ku speed ya kizungirizi bitambulira waggulu, naye abuuzizza naga nti wakwatagana oba wabuuza omuntu wa wansi ku street oba ku luguudo takiwulira. Naye ebyensimbi mu ggwanga biyimiridde bwe biti. Wotwalira okutwaliza awamu wotunuulira ensonga kwe tulabira oba kwe tugerera ebyensimbi mu ggwanga birabika nga byonna bitambula bulungi. Ekisooka okwewola kw'abantu ba bulijjo mu banka ez'enjawulo kulinnye, nga bwe nagambye nti wadde tekulinnyidde ku sipiidi ng'ey'edda bwe yali, naye okutwaliza awamu kulinnye. Bw'otunuulira abagula ebintu okuva mu mawanga ag'enjawulo tuyite imports, abayingiza ebintu mu ggwanga nako kulinnye. Ebintu ffe bye tukozesa mu nju naye ate wamu n'abo abayingiza ebintu ebyetaagisa okukola ebintu ebira mu makolero kiyite raw material byonna birinnye bitambulidde waggulu. Bw'otunuulira emisolo egiyingizibwa, sente ziyingizibwa gavumenti ng'eyita mu misolo, okiraba nti sente ezo nazo zaasukka ku ezo ezaali zisuubirwa. Naye ensonga ezo wadde ennungi, ffe tutunuulira ku level ya wagguluko okusinga kw'oli atunuulidde mu nsawo ye. N'olwekyo ebibiri ebyo biyinza obutakwatagana. Lwaki? Nti ffe tulaba nti wadde economy oba ebyensimbi bikulidde ku sipiidi ya 6 ku buli 100, naye bw'ojja n'oyingizaamu sipiidi kwe tuzaalira, population growth, oba abantu, ennamba y'abantu mu ggwanga gye yeeyongera okulinnya eri mu bitundu 3 n'obugwamu awo ku buli 100, wojja 6 ku 3 obwo ne wasigala 3 n'ezigwamu, kati olaba nti kikosa ssente eyingira mu nsawo y'omuntu wa bulijjo. Naye nga we tutunulira obubonero buli bwe tugambye emisolo egiyingidde, abayingiza ebintu ebyenjawulo mu ggwanga, abeewola okuva mu mabanka ag'enjawulo, olaba nga byonna biri. Waliwo ekirala kyonna. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire.